Hi, this is Karl-James Langford. This is channel 01 to 1975. It's my video log for the 16th of January 2015, and it's Friday. It's a really good day today. I took some of my archaeology students for a walk to the coast. I was in Lantwick Major, and we visited Boverton Place, which is a house from the mid 1500s from a local family called the Desays family, and went around the house, and this ruined house, and because the gate had been battered down, and you know, I usually take my students trespassing in these places. You know, what's going to happen? Somebody's just going to tell us to leave. So it was an opportunity to see something I'd never seen around this building in my life, and it was really good in the sense that they had this a side building which is known as an outshut, which carries the stairs, and like a specific zone where the steps are taken in the building, and parts of this were still intact. So I went back later after my students had left me, and I had a good old look, and it as somebody said, "You did that by yourself without anybody around?" And I said, yeah, but yeah, it was visiting something, and there was a good feeling about it. It was an okay feeling in these large remains of this building, which I'm told Prince Charles wanted to buy one time and convert because it was in fairly good state as a ruin goes, and it's still upstanding. Nice chimneys, nice windows, and so on. And then after my walk had finished today, after I'd taken my students to the coast and looked at a few other things, I was reminded that I'd passed a building that I'd worked on, known as Boverton Mill Barns, and the guy who owns it now is somebody that I worked for a couple of years back as an archaeologist on an archaeological watch and brief, and it's a place that I'm always drawn to. Anyway, it turned out that he was at his window, and we waved and he invited me, and we had this conversation for a good, it seemed like 3 hours, a good 2.5 hours we were talking and catching up with everything. And I always got this good sense of something there, because the building itself, I also did another watching brief years earlier. I can remember my wife was there and the children were there as well, and it was a good feeling. And there's a point to what I want to mention. Anyway, the guy who owns it, his son's called Joshua Navidi, and he's a rugby player, and he's been in the Welsh rugby team in the full squad, and hopefully Hedy, my friend who owns the structures now, he said that his dream is for his son to actually get into the national squad, which would be great. And I've met this Joshua. He's a really nice bloke. He's a really genuine, nice bloke. Really kind and gentle type of personality. So that's great. And then in the evening, I gave a little talk to just one student, because my other students were away, and that was good. It was meeting a woman who used to come along to my classes talking about 15 years ago, and she came back. So I'll see her on a Friday evening for the next few months with my other students that come along on a Friday, Sharon and Stuart, so that'll be really good. Anyway, the point of this video log is obviously my video log, and I wanted to talk about something unusual that I haven't really talked much about. I spoke to my Irish friend about this the other day, and then happened to be that that student who came along to my house on Friday evening. I gave the class. It's this sense about being in places and locations, and the sense of the atmosphere. Because the reason why I mentioned this place that I visited, called Boverton Mill Barns, was that I would have thought that my feelings towards it, because I worked there for months and months, and and my children were there, and with somebody that I was with for a very, very long time, and very fond memories there. But I'd have thought there should be lots of sadness when I visit there, because things have changed, and it's not. It's really positive still. And then I visited there, go back there a couple of years ago to do another archaeological project. The memories are still there, strong. And then I got this link with the guy who owns it, and obviously his son Joshua with the rug. He's a really nice guy as well. So there's that link. And he's got these little pet goats running around, and there's a really strong link. And but I always think that there should be some sadness with me personally being there, but it's not. But then again, I can go to other places, and I can have really good things going there. But I just feel like I don't want to be there, and the atmosphere isn't right, and there's like these negative energies. And there's other places that I go to, like Glastonbury, where probably the energy is the wrong word. The sense of being there, like Glastonbury, that really positive feeling is there in parts of Glastonbury, and I've got something similar to Burial Chamber. But then I can go to other places that I just don't want to be, and it just doesn't feel right. And I go around my town of Barry, and I never talked about this next thing with anybody, but I want to share it. I go around different parts of my town in Barry, and it just feels really negative. I go to other parts of Barry, and it feels really positive. And there are other parts that I'm thinking, I don't want to spend here long. And there's like whole zones where the atmosphere is different, and it's strange, and it doesn't change. It's always the same. It's always the same, no matter what time I spend in these localities. The feeling is always the same. It's always positive. It's always negative. If something really bad happened to me or somebody else in that positive area, it always remains positive. It should go negative, but it doesn't. And I go to the other places of town, and I should have positive memories, and I'm only passing through them, and no, it's just not, the memories ain't right. And maybe my Irish friend is saying that maybe I need to visit those negative places to eventually drain away the negativity and make it positive. And case in point, there's a castle in Barry known as Barry Castle, and I had positive zones of my childhood there, but it doesn't feel right. It feels really negative. It feels as if I don't want to be there, and I can't understand that. It's a nice little place, but I just can't understand it. I had positive memories with Helen there, and my students there years ago, and but it's not, for me, not a positive place, and I don't understand any of this. But anyway, if any of you got any thoughts on any of what I've just talked about, then come on over. Anyway, this is my video log, and hopefully thanks everybody for keeping listening. Thank you very much and watching.